What's going on, everyone? It's my back again, and this is your match preview. It's Everton against Bournemouth. A Bournemouth Carabao Cup. I don't know what to tell you going into this game. If Everton had lost, as we did, and Bournemouth would have won, as I thought they were going to at 3-1 up, I probably would have said, look, I expect Bournemouth to win this game. Or expect us to be fairly solid, but maybe go to extra time and whatever. But I can't call it. And because we were so poor against Leicester, I'm hoping we bounce back. That Leicester game, and I did that video yesterday, but that Leicester game has really it's hit a nerve with a lot of Evertonians regarding Lampard, regarding tactics. And look, I'm not going to ever sit here and say I agree with Lampard or disagree with all of his tactics, because I don't, and I view every game on its merit. But I know before I watched that game against Leicester, the only change I would have made was Coleman and Patterson. The rest of it, that was the team I went with. So I can't really criticise him for that. The substitutions, I don't know how Damari Gray stayed on the pitch. But McNeil had done nothing either. So I really don't know. I don't know whether it's just the pain of the fact that this is what Lampard's got, or whether it's, you know, he's underachieving with a group of players that should do better. I don't know. When I look at Everton's back four with Patterson and Mikalenko, I think that's fine. I think Pickford in goal, I think it's fine, albeit he's irrational at times. I think the midfield three, I don't think Garner's lived up to expectation. I think Onana is raw. I think Iwobi's been fine, albeit in games he does go missing. Like you can clearly see he's trying really hard, but what tends to happen is he gets himself in pockets of space that actually he can't receive the ball. So yes, that's a weakness of his, but it's not necessarily a criticism. He's probably been one of the standouts for Everton this season, hasn't he? And then the front 3, 4, 5, if you want to include Maupay, Rondon and the other wingers, they are literally pointless. Like, they are pointless because there's no goals really between them at the minute. Calvert-Lewin's consistently injured. He's injured again. I think he did his thigh or his hamstring. So Maupay comes in. Maupay's absolutely done nothing that would make me go, oh yeah, you're quality. Damari Gray, his lack of looking like he's bothered really annoyed me against Leicester. Bearing in mind this was a Leicester team that he got a pretty poor reaction against, I'd argue. Did nothing. Gordon, I'd argue that Gordon clearly cares, but something's definitely gone to his head, ego-wise. And McNeil I just don't know what we're getting from McNeil. So when I look at Everton defensively to attack, I can see us being okay defensively. But going forward, we're pants. We're absolute toilet. And we're going up against a Bournemouth side that, yes, have conceded 32 goals in the league. But they've also scored, like, I think it's 8 more goals than we have. No, this is Bournemouth. And this is I'm not digging Bournemouth out here, but this is a side that was in the Championship. So Bournemouth are going to be better than us going forward. And that it speaks volumes about where we are. So, you know, this Bournemouth team were 3-1 up away at Leeds. Playing all right, doing fine. Fell apart. Absolutely fell apart. Now, are they going to expect to bounce back at home? Yeah, I would say they are. It'll be interesting to see what changes are made. Whether Michael Keane comes back into the side, Mason Holgate, Ben Godfrey. But what I'd say with this Everton side is I just don't know what's going to turn up. I don't know whether we're going to be solid at the back, not let them create chances and we're going to hit them on the counter, or they will have lots of chances, they just won't score, which is what has actually happened over the last 5 or 6 games. Everton have had 20 shots against them in every single game, yet the other team hasn't scored that many. So I really think this game is absolutely paramount. That if Everton do want to continue in this competition, because Lampard might throw it, Lampard might say, do you know what, right, we've got to concentrate on the league, we're going to throw this. And I don't agree with that, but he might do that. And he might just go with a team that hasn't got it. You know, I think he'll start Vinagre. I think you will probably see Keane, Holgate and Godfrey, or you'll certainly see two out of the three of them. He'll probably bring in Begovic. In terms of midfield changes, I think you'll find Garner starts, as in James Garner. I think Iwobi will probably still play because he's got that engine. I think you see Decore go in there as well, so that'll be your three. And then I think it'll be Malpay, McNeil and Gordon. And I don't know if that team is good enough to beat another Premier League team. Obviously, I don't know what changes they'll make, but they're not on a great run of form either. It looked like they'd started to turn a corner, but they're just conceding too many goals. So as long as Everton can score 1/2, I think they go through to the next round. I think if Everton could score 2 goals, I think Everton go through. But it's just whether they can, because we can't create anything, and you know, we're not utilising the one thing that we are actually good at, which is pace. I.e. get Gordon and Damari Gray on the wings, running, delivering a ball. They don't do it. They stop. They stand it up. They go left. They try and pass it back. They let the full-backs cross the ball in, and it's just not good enough. So for me, I truly think that Everton have got to I think they've got to find a way of exploiting Bournemouth's weaknesses, which is clearly defensively. And if you're going to play through the lines, do it with pace and a bit of vigour. Everton, and I actually spoke to John today on the phone. I was talking about how a lot of teams now in the Premier League, they have these creative ball-carrying players, even defensively in midfield. You know, the players such as your Kantes and your Garners, I personally don't believe they're as prevalent as they used to be. And you're seeing teams like Foden's, the Grealishes, the De Bruyne's, and they're just playing everywhere because they're all interchanging, they're all moving, they're all changing positions. And this strict 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3 or 4-1-2-1, whatever, fucking 17, it's all changing. And I think we're definitely behind the times, and that is a criticism of Frank, because I don't feel like he's developing in that sense, and I don't feel like he's changing in that sense, and that is what he needs to do. I'm not for Frank out, because I believe that does take time. He's only been in the job 9 months. You know, he clearly loves Everton. He says very positive things. He said that we were a special club today, for example, and he's trying to build in the right way. Everton was 16th. Finishing the season last season, and only stayed up really by a home win at the end of the season where we were 2-0 down to Palace. That was us. That was on the fans. Then players were down. So, yes, he's had a transfer window where he's been able to invest and spend a little bit of money, but we're still nowhere near where we should be. So, for people that may be expecting big club cup runs and for us to be dominating teams and smashing them in the league, I don't think that's the case. And I don't think that's going to be the case for a long time. And people keep saying, you know, I was reading some tweets and I saw one about how Lampard's going to be the manager going into the new stadium. He's got to get there. He's got to be able to show that this team is growing. And, you know, we're 18 months away really from the stadium, which is great. You know, by all accounts, it's great, and I'm looking forward to it. But we've got a massive job to make sure we're going in the right direction. And somebody said to me the other day, do you think Lampard's got the experience? Well, as of right now, no. No, I don't. I don't think Lampard has got the experience to take us to the next level. But I also don't think we're at that next level yet. I don't even think we're at the level we're at. We're currently sitting in the bottom 5. Bournemouth are below us by, is it goal difference or a point? I'm going to say a point, but we might be on the same points. So, this Bournemouth side, will feel at home in the next 2 games, in the Carabao Cup and in the league, that it can beat us. But this is also a good education piece for us. If we don't win on Tuesday, let's go and win on Saturday. Let's go and perform. Let's go and sign off before the World Cup with a bit of a bang and a smile. It's a big week, really. You know, it's a big week. I really was hoping that we would pick up 3 points against Leicester, and we'd be currently sitting, I think it would be 11th or 10th. You know, I was really hoping that we'd sign off in style. We might not. But then if you'd say to me that, you know, halfway from the season, you've got, say, I don't know, what would it roughly be? Say 25 points after 19 games based on last season, I'll probably take it. So I'm not great. I'm not feeling good. I'm not optimistic, and I'm certainly stressed about where this Everton side's going and where the goals are coming from, and if we're going to stay solid at the back when we are conceding chances. But I just think we've got to ride with it, and as long as we don't get an absolute pasting, I think Lampard will be fine as well. I know there's a lot of people that are now calling for Lampard. There's a lot of people saying that, you know, he's not the right man, he hasn't learned, 3 wins in 14, etc. I personally think we can't just keep chopping and changing. But that is literally just my own opinion, and you guys are more than entitled to your own. So, look, that's where I am, guys. I'm leaving it there. Score prediction. I think Everton win 1-0. Going 1-0. Positive thoughts. So, yeah, on the house front, just wanted to mention as well, because I've had a few people say that they watched the video, the preview, and really supported me in the house. I don't know where we are with it. It's really stressing me out. It's hurting, to be honest. Like it's physically stressing me to the point where I'm not sleeping, and it's ridiculous. You know, I don't understand why house moves have to be this difficult. Like, it's driving me mad, but we are where we are, guys. Love you lots. Keep smiling. I'll see you for the match reaction tomorrow. Peace.